Good morning, it's Shanna. Today I wanted to do a quick walkthrough of the Pocket Edition Tarot of Light. Llewellyn sent this to me for review, and I'm pretty excited about it because this is a deck I previously had, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and I rehomed it for multiple reasons. But recently I started thinking I wanted to bring it back in, so I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to buy it. If you've been here a minute, you know I am not shy about repurchasing, but it's not something I try not to do it because it's very wasteful. And anyway, all of that to say, someone here, one of the people I love and watch, had her own Tarot of Light deck that she had trimmed and was rehoming it. So I asked her if she would send it to me, and she did. And so I have her copy, and I love it. I haven't, full disclosure, I haven't used it, but I kind of had a job that I thought it might do well for in mind. And then a couple weeks ago, I saw this on Llewellyn's Facebook, on their website, and I was like, what the hell? How did I not know this? So, Pocket Edition, descriptions are on the back. There is no guidebook. So anyway, I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this deck, even though now I have, that trimmed version from the other person. So now technically I have two, which is ironic. But I like these. I like the concept of the description on the back. I like it in an oracle, and sometimes I like it in a deck. Generally, I would say as a general rule, I wouldn't normally, but this deck feels very oracle-y to me. I think the way I want to use it is like interpersonal relationships for myself. I'm not sure that I would necessarily use this to read for other people, not because of the deck, just in general, it's not the vibe that I would necessarily put out, to read for people. Let me zoom in here. But I like the idea of having it on the back. No guidebook. It's easy peasy. You shuffle your cards, you get them, and you have this message on the back if you want. I like that there are no titles. I appreciate that those are also on the back, so everything's just sort of, this front is very clean. I haven't taken any time. Obviously, it's still in order. I haven't taken time to go through and read. I'm going to assume that it's probably... Actually, maybe I'll go get the guidebook. Please hold. Okay, this is assuming the original edition of the deck. It used to be called the Art of Love. They've since changed it to the Tarot of Light. So this was the version I had previously. And these are, I think she's still in order. No, she's not. So this is glossy, the original. And the title and a keyword are here at the bottom, and here are the backs, trimmed. Again, the person I bought it from, sorry, I'm out of breath. I had to run up the stairs. The person I bought it from trimmed it. So I love the backs. I think they're beautiful. And I actually really like that it's glossy, so I do like this version. So I don't know. Now I'm like, oh, pulling it out, looking at it. Anyway, I wanted to kind of compare and contrast the guidebook to the write-up here. So let's pull up the High Priestess. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and I'll just hold it here for you to pause and read. I don't want to read the whole thing. It looks like, let's see. Okay, so it looks like most of this is coming from the meaning section. Knows that you're ready to explore your inner realms. Look beyond the surface appearance. Delve deeper into the heart of the matter. Vast, full of potential. So it looks like they've just rewritten it to fit on this card. So you've got the meaning of every card. Let's see. And then it leaves you, it looks like, with kind of an action, right? Breathe out and relax into your mysterious truth. So it is different in that it's more concise, but I think generally speaking, you're going to get the same meaning that you get in the guidebook. So I appreciate that. And I don't mind concise, especially, you know, depending on what you're going to use the deck for. Sometimes it's nice just to have something that's not overly wordy, right? So I'm just going to go ahead. I'll flip on some music. I'll do a quick flip of these, and then we will try a few pairs. Looks like, let's pop into here. Oops. It looks like the angels, surely it tells you. Yes, angels are swords, hearts are cups, trees are pentacles, and stars are wands. So I'll just set that there just in case you forget and you want to pause as we go. I'll try to flip over each new suit so that you know we are in the new suit. Okay, let's pause again. Seven of Angels or Swords. The Seven of Angels symbolizes your readiness to break free of self-imposed limitations. I'm not really getting Seven of Swords, like, at all from this. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Like I said, it feels more Oracle-ish to me, this artwork, where it's not, you know, like traditionally Rider-Waite. But some of these I would say, nuh-uh. Butterfly symbolism. It's been following me. It's a thing. So that's interesting. Let's see what card it is. Queen of Swords, maybe? Hope Gauge. Interesting. Yeah, I've been having butterflies popping up a lot lately, and I'm thinking that I'm being called to work with Psyche. So I journaled about it last night, which none of this has to do with the deck, but we're going to talk for a minute. I journaled about it last night, and basically I asked for a specific sign to know that that is in fact what's happening. So I wondered what that card would read. So we're into hearts now. And it does look like the different suits have different colors. So for the majors, we've got kind of just this white. And then the swords looks kind of like a blue-gray. Sorry, the light's not great today. It's very overcast and it's about 2:30. Wow, I'm just dropping things. It's just how it's gonna go. Four of Hearts, Four of Cups, and Three of Cups. Okay. Seven. There's 8. Ace of Trees. So now we've got kind of this green. Trees is Pentacles. I'm not sure why I'm drawn to this artwork. I just think it's really pretty. I'm not really, I've mentioned before, I'm not really that into working with angels per se, but for whatever reason, this deck just sort of keeps calling to me. So here we are, answering that curious call. There's the King of Pentacles. So now we have the Ace of Stars. It looks like the stars are kind of a yellow. The mat, I will say, is very sticky. They're not slidey at all, which, can be nice. And I think once it gets broken in, it will shuffle just fine. Though I will say, with this size, I don't imagine that it will riffle very well. Switch sides here for the last view. Page. All right, and that was the King of Stars. So I'm gonna give these a quick shuffle right after I flip around these cards, and we'll put some pairs together. I'm not gonna go through too many because I feel like this has likely been paired in the past. Although, to be fair, a lot of oracles have come out since this deck was released. I don't know when this one was released, the original. Let's take a quick look. (2017). So 8 years ago. Also, have you guys watched Breaking Bad? The show Breaking Bad? I have 2 episodes left in the entire series, and I'm feeling a little, this is why I don't watch shows, you guys. I get so attached to the characters and I get very involved emotionally, and feeling heavy over here today over a show, which I know is silly. That's where my brain's at today. So let's do a quick shuffle. No, it does not shuffle well. I do still think, though, that once it breaks in and kind of loses that, new deck coating, I think this will shuffle just fine. Hopefully. It's Blue Angel, I believe. I know the original is. Yes, Blue Angel. So it's typical Blue Angel cardstock. As I said, I do not think that this is going to be riffle shuffleable. I mean, I guess if you really worked with it, I suppose if you really worked with it, you probably could get it to, but yeah, it's not looking too pretty after that. So it's not one I would probably shuffle like that. And yes, I did see that stuck, this guy. All right, let's pull out a few pairs. A few oracles. Let's try the Portraits of a Woman. I'm feeling resistance to this without even looking at it. And I just pulled this off my shelf. This was not a planned pair, but I am feeling a bit of resistance. I think they look wonderful together. I think the art style is very well matched. But I feel a certain kind of way about Portraits of a Woman. And I don't really think, I like their energies together. It's pretty though. And I think if you have these two or you want to pair them, I think they could work very well. But for the purpose of this deck, for what I think I want to use it for, I don't think I would pair these two together. But aesthetically, quite lovely. Okay, let's pick a different one. Let's try the Colormage Oracle. Do you guys ever pull out a deck and start to use it and just feel resistance? Like it just doesn't want to do this. It just doesn't want to. Like that's lovely. I think this could work really well for a lot of reasons. This is not how I would generally use this deck. So maybe the Oracle's like, no, that's not how we do this. Do it how we do it. Okay, so let's do this the traditional way, my traditional way. We'll do this once. I won't do it 100 times because if you've been here, you've already seen me do it. So I'm going to pull cards from my pile that I feel called to pull. And we're just going to set them aside. I'm not looking at the keywords. Going through and pulling out on color alone. Okay, we're doing this very quickly in the interest of the video. All right, now that I've got that initial pile, I'll go through it again. What card is this? 10 of Trees. And Trees is Pentacle. Sorry, I had to look again what that one was. Okay, I don't like this one. Don't like that one. I do kind of like that. No. I don't know, I was kind of really drawn to that black one in the beginning. That's pretty, but I'm feeling the black vibe there. All right, we're gonna go with this one. Now I look at the keyword, dark. How obtuse. Anyway, that's how I would use this deck. together, these two decks together. That's how I like to use the Colormage. And then I would just stack them here. So if I had multiple tarot, I would do the same process for every card. I do like that they're the same width, which makes this stack nicely. You know, and then I would proceed from there to read the spread or whatever it was I was working with. So yeah, I would say the Colormage is a good fit. And I could actually see that one working really well. I'm intentionally being vague on the job I think I might use this deck for, simply because some things are just not meant to be shared. So, do I have any others right here? All right, pause. Let me go look what I have. Okay, let's try Oracle of Echoes. I feel like the artwork might complement well. And you know what? If YouTube flags me for nudity, well, they can just get bent. That's what I have to say. Okay. So I'm really liking this. I like the lines, the line structure of these, you know, combined. And I feel like the emotion is very similar. I do actually really like this, and I think I could use this for the job that I am imagining it for. I like these two. That's cool. And the inner child. That's interesting. Boundaries. What was this one? The page of something. Page of stars. Angels. And the 5 of cups. Or the hearts, obviously. I do like this together more than I thought I might. I was sort of just, you know, guessing on what might work. But I do like this together, actually. And I don't often use the Oracle of Echoes. It's not one that I've found a good pair for. So this might be it. This might be its pair. However, I know this is a review for the Pocket Edition, but I'm going to quickly, since it's out and I can, I'm going to put this together with the original, and I really like the size of that more. I like it when the sizes match, generally speaking. But I do like the pocket version because, like, the Oracle of Echoes doesn't come with a guidebook either, right? Am I crazy? So I do like that I can sort of intuitively go with the Oracle, but with the Pocket Edition, despite how nice this looks together, I think I would prefer the Pocket to pair, just because now I have meanings and I don't have to have a second resource, right? And really, I could just go like this. Sorry, I'm just trying to make piles even. I wouldn't even necessarily need to go with the artwork of the tarot. I could just go with the meanings and then really lean into the Oracle. So the Lovers, 9 of Angels, and Self-Sabotage. And Angels, why am I forgetting these so much? Angels is Swords. So obviously I would need to keep this. I mean, there's no reason I wouldn't keep it, but I would definitely need to keep this with the deck because otherwise I would not remember. Although to be fair, probably once I read it, probably I'd be able to figure out what it was. The Path with Exploration, Home, and 2 of Trees. I actually really like this a lot, even more than the artwork side. So I guess depending on what I'm using it for. Oh, look, the title card. I guess it depends on what I'm using the tarot for. I could go either way. I could either use the bigger version with the artwork, which I liked, aesthetically better, or I could go with this and just have the meanings, upright with the oracle. I like that a lot. A lot. Can I say it one more time? Okay. I have one more deck that I wanted to try with it, but that's good. I hadn't really thought about using the tarot, with the text up necessarily. All right, the other one I wanted to try is this Home. It's Home Oracle card deck. This is a deck I got on Etsy a few years ago. It's come available since then in a somewhat updated version, but it's one of those Etsy shops where they like go out of print and they stay out of print for 6 months, 9 months, and then they do a small print run and then they disappear again. So, let's flip these over. I want to see the art with it. So and my point being in telling you that is there's not really a place to link you to. Otherwise I will look. If it happens to be in print, I will link it below. I do like this. Not as much as the Oracle of Echoes, but I think this could work nicely. I'm trying to keep my piles straight here. I think the colors work well together. Here are the backs of that Oracle. Oh my gosh, I keep flipping these upside down. So yeah, I think this could work. Would I pull it out and use it? Probably not, unless it was something that just like came to me that day, like, oh, I should really use that Oracle deck for this, whatever. I like the synchronicities here in the artwork where we've got these straight lines. So it doesn't seem like we necessarily get it on every, pair, although we do get these white orbs. So that's interesting. I don't know. Let's look at a few more because I do like it when the decks do that. That's kind of a fun little treat. So get the red and yellow. Not so much on this one necessarily. Okay, well, I mean, this is a nice one. It's a nice one. I could potentially see that one working. Though I do prefer the Oracle of Echoes. So that is the Tarot of Light Pocket Edition. Thanks to Llewellyn for sending this to me. It's kind of fun to have decks just to play with and try out and see if they work. So thank you for joining me. This was a very simple, straightforward week. I have felt somewhat uninspired as of late. I don't have a lot of ideas, churning around in my brain. Maybe just holiday season is extra busy. I don't know. We shall see. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I don't intend on leaving, but if you see a few less videos from me, that's why. So I appreciate you being here and sticking it out, hanging out with me. And if you made it to the end of this video, maybe drop me a star emoji just to say hey. Anyway, I'll catch up with you guys next week.